His name is Trey Reed. But to be real, his circumstances are giving more Raynard Jackson, Nick Naylor, Roy Veal, or Javion McGee, each of them black men who were found hanging from trees where the official reports ruled out foul play. But with a history like ours in America, we know better than to let our personal investigation stop at what the report may say. Trey Reed was found hanging in the middle of Delta State University, located in Cleveland, Mississippi. And after reading the initial headline, a whole lot ain't sit right with me. Now, according to the Equal Justice Initiative, Mississippi has had at least 656 reported lynchings, almost like every black body had a bounty. And there have been at least 13 reported lynchings in Bolivar County alone. There is a well-documented history of racial violence in the area. And if you add on the current climate that we're in the latest unrest and hysteria, to me, it just shows this is the same old America. Anyone who knows our history can understand why we've met reports like Trey Reed's with uncertainty or just called out the absurdities. The timing of Trey's death is literally amplified even more since threats of violence were literally made to historically black colleges and universities just the other day. And some might say it's a stretch, but to put things quite bluntly, given America's bloodlust, I don't put a damn thing past any of the states that make up this country. Within the last 20 years, there have been too many instances of black people losing their lives like this, and there have been too many similarities. We're living in trying times, so we need solidarity. We need to protect one another by any means necessary in the midst of this political polarity. So I pray justice for Trey Reed and peace for his friends and family, and that this investigation has plenty of transparency and brings a whole lot of clarity.
The state staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation.
During a Monday afternoon press conference on the campus of Delta State University, it was announced the body of 21-year-old Demartravian Trey Reed of Grenada, a freshman at DSU, was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts not far from the campus cafeteria.
I've spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak.
The discovery was made just after 7 a.m. Classes, as well as several events associated with the university's centennial, were canceled.
At this time, there's no evidence of foul play.
A joint investigation is being conducted by DSU Police, the Cleveland PD, Bolivar County Sheriff's Department, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. University officials stress their belief the Delta State campus is one of the safest in Mississippi.
There is no evidence of a threat to campus, and there's no evidence that the campus is unsafe at this point. So I expect we resume normal operations as soon as possible.
Forget all the Charlie Kirk situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their policemen. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation, and that's it. This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken, and he had a broken leg.
Imagine living in a world where no crime could hide in the shadows. That's what closed-circuit television CCTV promised us. Eyes everywhere. Cameras that can rewind time, replay the truth, and bring justice into the light. But what happens when those same eyes suddenly go blind? CCTV was not created for your neighborhood store or the lobby of your apartment building. Its roots go back to the 1940s during World War II. German engineers first used primitive CCTV systems to monitor rocket launches. Not entertainment, not convenience. Surveillance strategy control. From there, government saw its power. By the 1960s and 70s, Britain, the United States, and others began installing cameras in public spaces, not just for war, but for policing and crime prevention. By the 1990s, cameras were everywhere. Inside banks, on street corners, in schools and businesses. The promise was simple. With cameras, crime could no longer hide. Fast forward to today, entire TV shows like See No Evil are built around CCTV. A single blurry clip from a gas station, a timestamp from a parking lot, or a face caught in the corner of a convenience store camera can crack a case in 24 to 48 hours. We have ring cameras at our doors, dash cams in our cars, surveillance in schools, stores, and airports. Everywhere we walk, we leave digital footprints behind. CCTV is supposed to mean accountability, proof, justice, and yet there are cases where the cameras seem to fail, where the all-seeing eyes suddenly look away. Take the most recent case at Delta State University in Mississippi. The Martrevian Trey Reed, a 21-year-old student from Grenada, Mississippi, was found dead on Monday, September 15, 2025, just after 7:05 in the morning, hanging from the tree near the pickleball courts of Central Campus. Authorities say no evidence of foul play has yet been found, but the investigation is ongoing, including a full autopsy. Let's pause here. How does a student found hanging from a tree get no immediate clear video of who came, who left, who carried rope, or who drove away, especially on a supervised university campus? CCTV solves murders across America every single day. But when it comes to Black death by hanging, the narrative often blurs. The default becomes suicide. But we know the truth. Hanging is not a common method of suicide in the Black community. It is, however, the historical signature of white supremacy. Lynchings were never just about killing one person. They were about sending a message to all Black people. Stay in your place. And when it happens on a predominantly white campus, in a region with a complicated history, that message is loud and clear. So here's the contradiction. If CCTV can solve bank robberies, corner store shootings, and kidnappings in 48 hours, why does it lose its power when a Black student is hanging from a tree? The truth is, cameras don't fail. Systems fail. People fail. Institutions fail. Cameras record what happens, but justice depends on who is willing to press play. We live in a time of authoritarianism. White supremacy doesn't just march in the streets, it hides in silence, in cover-ups, and the blind spots of surveillance systems that work for everyone else, but not for us. CCTV taught the world that justice could be seen. But cases like Trey Reed's remind us that seeing and acting are two different things. The question we must ask is this: whose lives are worth watching? And whose deaths are allowed to go unseen? Until we demand accountability for every life, every tape, every truth, the eyes of justice will remain half shut.
The world is so cruel, mostly when it comes to the a Black community. Across the oceans, they are facing a lot. So today, the world of today that we are living in a world where a lot is happening. The evil things are being done everywhere. But this is a technological world. We are living in a world of technology, not just like the life we used to live many years ago, where everything was in blind. Everything was in darkness. And it was very hard to find the truth when it was needed. So let's leave aside the story of Charlie Kirk, because there's something that was complicated and no one was ready or was able to explain the truth. But here comes something that has happened in America again. And this is about the 21-year-old fresher in Delta University, because and everyone's coming out, and all the questions that are being asked is how can this happen and how can this be possible? Because the CCTV cameras are installed today in every place, mostly when it comes to public places, in places like a supermarket, banks, hospitals, schools, and any other place that is gathering a lot of people. So these cameras are being installed there for security purposes. They are being placed there as surveillance cameras, which can provide any evidence in case of anything that may arise. But before I go to direct them to my point, let me give you an example. Today, when you go to the places where you find like there's a place where the rich people lives, and you find that maybe something like murder has happened, it's very hard to find the truth or find the evidence, while there are CCTV surveillance cameras everywhere. So you may ask yourself, why can't these cameras just provide the evidences. But because the people who are involved in these actions, there's people who are very rich, they have a final says. They can command, they can change everything, even in government. So you find it's very hard for anybody to come up with the truth or to find any evidence. But when it comes to the place where it is just a normal people or just the people of low class, that's when you will see or you'll find the evidence coming out of these cameras. So these cameras are not there to help some groups of people, but they are created to supervise some people.
Forget all the Charlie Kirk situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their policemen. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation, and that's it. This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken, and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the black revolts that happened at the school.
So when this killing was happening, there was no eyewitness. There was no any evidence. There was no any video that was captured just to show anyone who was coming in and going out. There was no any evidence that shows any action that happened during that time. But all that happened is when it comes in the morning and they find someone hanging up the tree. No one was seen maybe coming with the ropes or taking this guy up the tree. So all that is being said is that this guy just committed suicide. And because he's a black guy, he's a black a man, this is not a big deal when it comes to the white man's land. But if it could have been happened to the white man in that place, then today it could have been said in a different way. So what does this mean? It is meaning that it clearly mean that the black people or the black Americans are being sent direct message that you have to stay on your lane. You have to stay on a place. And this story just started immediately after the death of Charlie Kirk, when the white men were coming out and they speak, they reacted differently. All that they were saying is maybe like they are going to revenge about the Charlie Kirks because all that happened, it believed that maybe the black community was behind everything that was done in that country, and to the death of that great American citizen. So why all this is happening? This means that a lot is going to be done. This means that a lot is going to be done. And since the death of this student, no evidence that has come out. The staff of this university are not able to explain anything. All that they are saying is about the interrogation which are undergoing. And as you know, when we have all these cameras every corner, we have many people, we have commotions in this place because this is a place that is a gathering a lot of people. So it is very easy for anybody at least to come up with idea. If anything happens in a place like this, there must be someone, even a single person, who have to see anything that happens. So how comes a great incident like this can happen and you find that there is no even a single person who was able to see, even just to have an idea of all that happened? For any person to be taken on the tree and hanged, this is not as something which is just a little like that. This is a big incident. So it means that it had many people who were concerned about this issue. And it was something that was very planned. So all that they are doing is to send fear, send a strong message to the black community, wherever they are, because it's like now they have opened fire. They have started a war. And this war is only being targeted to a certain group of people. So today we are living in a crazy world. We are living in a brutality world, because no mercy to anyone. No one is ready to have mercy to either to another person. No one is ready to have sympathy to anyone else. All that people are trying to do today is about revenge. No matter you might have committed something, but because because it believed that some people from your group or from your community are the one who are being suspected of committing any crime, then the entire community are in danger to pay or to be avenged. And this is what is happening today. So as usual, when any incident happens towards the black man or black woman in America, it is always seen as nothing, until the time the same will happen to the white person. That's when you will see it as a big deal. I believe that even the death of Chalkak, if it was not the white man, if Chalkak would have been a black guy, then or a black guy, if he could have not been the white citizen or the white American, then all that has happened, all that everything that has happened across the internet, then I don't think it would have happened the way it happens, because a black person is not worthy to the eyes of the white people. So this means that for those people who insist for the black people to know themselves and try to maybe trace their identity, trace their backgrounds, their ancestral backgrounds, and maybe look on where they originated, so that they can go and maybe live in the places where they will be safe, where they feel like they deserve to be, where they will be. This is something that everyone has to pay attention and to do something which is needed, because these people are being oppressed, they're being humiliated, they're passing through a lot in the hands of their oppressors. So it's high time now, some people to find the truth and maybe to do what they feel like it's going to benefit them. At this time, there's no one is ready to listen to you. There's no one is ready to associate with you. There's no one who is ready to defend you for anything that will comes on your way. So anything that comes in your way, you are facing you as you personally. So any battle that comes in your way, you have to know that you are fighting alone. Whatever you will pass through, the people who will face or who will feel it is only your people, your family, and maybe your friends. But even the state will not be concerned about anything that will happen to you. So this is just a red flag to all black community in America, in diaspora, that you have to be alert. You have to take care of yourself. You have to do what you can do just to defend yourself, because no one is ready to know anything that happens towards you. So just tell me to have the comment section, what do you think about this issue or this incident that has happened just some few hours ago? And many people are so pained, mostly the black community, towards this incident that has happened, which has broke the hearts of many. So until next time we come and do the same, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for staying in and supporting. Until next time, may you be blessed wherever you're from. I love you and appreciate your support. Thank you very much and be blessed.